Yes. And if anyone doesn't like it, too bad.
Pulled up. There we go. Get this in Discord. Oh, you even have the rules to the drinking game.
Yep. And I put a nice blue background.
Purdy. Hi, Cameron.
Hello,
Oh,
Cameron.
Cameron.
Do you actually have booze on you tonight, Manny?
No.
Bruh!
Hello, Mr. Shadier. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
Welcome back.
Back Shadia.
Apologies for my absence yesterday. In just the chat. I was asleep.
How dare you?
I didn't plan on it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't slept during the day in ages.
Uh, all right. Hello, Mike. Theresa Thursday. Let's go. I'm fine. Yeah, I really missed a bunch of these episodes. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, neither do we.
Theresa has caused global destruction and is being praised for it.
We could explain it in the best of our to the best of our abilities, and you still probably wouldn't get it because we don't either.
Yeah.
Oh, I will try because I am brave.
Good luck.
Okay, but after Teresa stopped the wind, used her powers to shift, cause some water pillars to appear, and then she used her powers to shift the earth, so winter was eliminated. And because the world isn't adapted to the winters, she yeah, it was
Raptor.
about kind of a blur, but I do know that she materializes gold out of nowhere and causes an economic recession. Everyone still likes her anyway.
Yeah, and Raptor is not exaggerating or making up any of that. Body count
In
in the billions.
layman's terms, Bhutan doesn't understand people or science or economics or life.
Yeah.
Options.
Body count in the billions, I presume. You would think. But no, everyone is doing better somehow. With the North Pole destroyed,
And the loss of an entire season.
yeah, winter gone, no natural rain, still no wind somehow.
And even though apparently the wind is slowly coming back now, like really, really slowly.
Yeah, which
And
is
now gold and silver are
Just completely
worthless.
pointless.
oh yeah, she literally made it rain gold and silver.
And thought that helped the economy when all it does is just make those metals completely worthless.
yeah, this box contains everything Bhutan understands. I forgot she just basically quintupled all the gold on Earth. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God. Once upon a time, there was a Teresa. It was so bad that everyone died. Yeah, I mean, that's how it should go. It really should.
There was an ugly Teresa. She was so useless that everyone died. The end.
Logan Macaron, how you doing?
Time for some good old-fashioned literary masochism. I like that.
Wait, she meant to solve the world? Yeah.
I don't get the reference. I'm so confused. I also added my 2 cents in here to entice everyone into the stream.
Thank you.
Do you see what I said?
Oh, wait. Kay, who is at work, is giving us her bullshit excuse about why she can't be here.
Leave Kay alone.
Never.
She is just a squid
Shadier one.
trying to make a living in the world.
Shadier, Mac one. A server. Become one of us. You have no choice here. You woo this place. And we shall defeat. You should join.
I can see she is not spared.
A strong, independent squid, and she is spared.
And see, your 2 cents are only worth 0.00002. Now, thanks to Theresa.
Does that qualify as a pun?
No.
Alright, well then fair enough.
Just a squid trying to make ends meet in her deep sea trench.
Exactly.
Manson's son was Malian emperor, so rich that he went on his Hajj to Mecca. He collapsed the Egyptian economy with inflation by giving so much gold to the poor.
He a little confused, but he got the spirit.
Yeah. You see, that's why you don't help the poor.
You just spit on
help.
them.
I'm joking. Help us all.
Oh yeah,
Spit
we're
on
the
the
poor.
poor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So, I guess should we get started?
Sure. Darius
Sure.
is pretty much saying he's not coming in.
Why?
I hope you have really good aim to shoot across an entire ocean. In case you all haven't seen it, I pretty much am threatening everyone in our Discord to come watch the stream or I will shoot them. No, Mike, no, I will not.
On its inflation. Inflation is the very fourth rule of economics. Google R34 inflation for more info.
Nice try. Don't.
She gave it to the poor, if I recall correctly. Theresa just sold the gold to the Americans and sold the silver to the British. Yeah, that's exactly what she did.
Yep.
Kay's not here posting correct 18th century facts. I
In
mean,
the 18th century, everybody died of the bubonic plague.
we could pull up the origin of Laughing Jack and just read that for some inaccurate 19th century information.
Isn't it bad enough for reading Theresa?
Yes.
Why contribute to our suffering?
Because I'm a sadist.
We didn't ask about your kinks.
Of course, you can only equate that to a sexual thing.
Most of the time it is.
No. No, for me, it's purely psychological.
Shall we begin?
Yes, for being a good Catholic girl, she does zero work to help people. Yeah. Got me a sandwich. I got me a scotch. What kind of sandwich do you have? I'd be a little bit hungry. Okay, chapter 17. 32-year-old lawyer Connie McKesson worked for the old New York law firm Kent, Stein, O'Connor, and Farley. I soon learned about her. Steve and I watched the news with Mr. and Mrs. Parker. Once again, I was the lead story. Fuck off.
Why do we care about this lawyer?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna already take a drink in preparation for the pointlessness.
Last action,
She gonna be the bad guy?
probably. Salami and
Oh,
cheese. Ooh, nice.
finally! Oh, can I read this one? I'll read this one.
No. Class action 2 is being filed against Theresa Hartley for damages to owners of gold. Attorney Connie McKesson spoke to the reporters a short while ago. Scene switched to Connie McKesson standing at a podium with eight older lawyers standing behind her. You can be Connie.
Why eight older lawyer? What's the point?
I don't know.
Whenever Bhutan decides to actually be detailed, he gives minor details every now and again, but every time he does, it's just so weird and pointless.
Shudder. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy.
We are filing a class action lawsuit against Theresa Hartley for suddenly and callously ruining the fortunes of thousands of gold bullion owners.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
so
sorry to interrupt, but I noticed that you also instinctively said lawsuit. It just keeps saying suit.
oh, you're
Like,
right.
yeah, I did the same thing at first too. So, uh, is he trying to sound like he's like cool, like he knows this stuff?
No, because the actual phrase is just a normal phrase is class action lawsuit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is Bhutan trying to be like, yeah, see, I know these things, so I'm gonna like say in a really casual way, like a suit instead of a lawsuit. How do you do, fellow kids?
No, at this point, trying to understand Bhutan's way of thinking is like trying to make pigs fly. It's impossible.
To solve create pig jetpack.
It can't be done. You want to give a shot at trying to understand Bhutan?
No, but I want to give pigs the excitement of flight.
Fair enough. And so now he's trying to justify what's happening, where it's like, oh, only so the 1% are suing her for ruining their fortune, when he completely dismisses the fact that it actually bringing that much gold fucks up the entire economy.
Yeah, I would love to see how he's going to justify this.
This isn't just a bad occurrence for the 1%. This fucks
It's just
everything up.
Yep.
Many people put
said
most
it.
of or all of their retirement funds in gold, thinking it was the safest of all investments, only to be wiped out when Mrs. Hartley caused the price to collapse. Her failure to make some kind of arrangement with the victims has led us to ask for $35 billion in damages, which is far less than she will get from her gold sales.
I mean,
Which will equate to $15.
Nothing is wrong about that. This is it's almost like Marvel, like putting the facts in the mouths of villains. Oh boy. The scene switched to a reporter interviewing a Yale law professor. Of course it does.
You just know that Bhutan seriously thinks he's smarter than these kinds of people, too.
Oh yeah. That's not a great retirement strategy. No, it's really not. So it's not so much a class action lawsuit as a trial in front of the it's like having Sneakers O'Toole take his sneakers. Bhutan is hip with the kids. Also, whatever they get from the class action lawsuit is going to be worthless anyway. Teresa's going to pay with more space gold, and we go in circles. Uh,
It's an endless loop.
Scotty McKesson out of case. wants to be the Yale professor.
Video professor.
Alright.
It's kind of case and have a case.
Who's talking now?
What?
Who? So the scene switched to a
I know.
reporter in. Oh,
Yeah,
so
I read, does Connie McKesson have a case? That was the reporter.
so now you're up, Raptor.
In most districts, no. The amount of money involved will file in every district in the country until they find a judge who will take on the case. They do have an argument for a weak one.
No, they
My
don't.
Empress
They have
Theresa
a very
guy
strong
is
argument.
very. She did not discover a gold mine on Earth, which would be a legitimate basis for competition in sales. Lawyers will argue she changed the rules of the game during halftime, switching to an alien commodity for a domestic one, and that's not fair to her competitors who have no way to defend themselves.
It doesn't. She didn't get it from a gold mine on Earth.
1,000 corporations have said they need that gold.
They won't be on the jury.
How do you know? Well, we see Theresa Hartley testify on camera.
Yes, this is only the beginning. There will be more class action suits here and abroad. She will spend most of her life in court.
I can't believe this next line is actually being said.
Scumbags!
Exclaims Steve. Those scumbags.
Pot,
Oh my god.
kettle.
Save
Oh,
them.
what? This next line just shows their true feelings for everyone in the world.
Save their worthless butts, and this is the thanks you get.
Worthless. Yep, the heroes of the story, everyone.
Bhutan. This is not how that works. Flooding the market with that much gold and silver could potentially cause an economic crash even worse than the Great Depression.
Yep. Con be like, fellas, I got a plan. Let's pull a 2008 again. I know our profits are getting killed, but the taxpayer will we'll flip the bill. Let's fuck up the economy. Let's end up like like Weimar Germany. Print money. Oh god. I had a long running fear that Theresa is Hitler. A Weimar Republic would suit her well. Steve, scumbags. They think their money's so important. Also, Steve spends his entire day opening fan mail with free money.
Yeah. She could literally just pay them out rather than going to court.
Yeah, see,
She was sent $1 million in one day.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to bet you anything that Bhutan makes it sound like it has to go to court. No, most things are settled out of court. A lot quicker and a lot easier and cheaper for everyone. But I was not ready to hear that. It was Steve's idea to get gold, and I suffered from it. Oh my god! Now you're blaming your husband!
Established.
I was so...
Also, oh, did you? Never mind. I was going to point it out.
I was so angry the tears came to my eyes. Okay, not tears, guys. Specifically, the tears.
Oh no. In mine, there's a real big fuck up. I was so angry the tears came to me eyes.
Oh, it does say that.
There you go.
I was so angry the tears came to me eyes. Hoity-hoity. I mean, she does keep visiting Ireland, doesn't she?
Go to Kip.
Come
Not to get hoity-hoity.
to me, ice.
But seriously,
Wait,
ignore
Raptor, was that a Jamaican accent?
Okay, man.
Oh.
Come to me, ice. Ooga booga. Some kind of ooga booga Chinaman. Ooga booga.
Raptor, no. But ignoring that painfully obvious grammatical error, when the fuck
Hang
was
on.
it established that getting the gold was Steve's idea?
I thought we came up. That idea was brought up when she whispered it to Steve, and he approved.
I don't even know what. Wasn't it like that her like little side project or something?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, you were correct. It was her side project, and then she was so excited that she didn't want to say it out loud, so she whispered it to Steve. And then we're all surprised when it starts talking about gold raining from the sky. The little gold balls.
Ton. It's not hard to just reread the chapter you had just written for continuity.
Well, you know what would have been a great move? Get a bunch of helium from space and bring it here. It's a useful commodity that we're running out of that's not pegged to a currency, plus airships. Oh, I was born in a Dublin street. If Theresa hadn't sold the gold, just kept it, this wouldn't be so bad financially. Still hit the global economy, not as terribly. Yeah. More favorite
Alright,
moments
let's
from Raptor. Yeah, okay.
get
This fucking line.
getting the gold was your idea.
I said and got up to run upstairs. You're a fucking child! Stunned, Steve watched me walk away. This was
I
not
thought
like
you
me.
ran.
He was getting angry too.
This is not like me. What, a bitch?
Actually, that's
I spend my
exactly like
whole life simping, and this is the things I get. Cool.
Okay, I gotta quote that one.
What?
I spent my whole life simping.
Do you want me to read this paragraph while you do that?
No, it's okay. Yeah, Steve and every simp in history. Alright, instead of following me upstairs, he went down to the recreation room. He had to do something physical to let off steam. He walked to the pool table and started practicing shots. Yeah, that's a great like blowing off steam thing to do. Like, oh, I'm so angry I can't even aim.
One of the least physical games you can play.
Yeah,
Pool.
Steve plays sad Minecraft music. Oh. In a moment, Edmund Parker came to join him. May I play a game, old boy?
That's British, right? They say old boy.
I think they would say like old chap or something.
Old
Old
chap.
Chad.
Old chat. Oh,
What the fuck was
I'm
that?
simping already.
Steve said and racked the balls.
Giggity.
I lay on my bed, fighting back the tears. Again, the tears. The horrible unfairness of it. I had done nothing wrong except everything.
Lies. Drink.
The dogs were barking again, like that annoying dog I had to walk my way to school. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that was brought up before. How she doesn't like dogs because one barked at her once.
Oh my god, I can't even remember that. Okay, here we go. Was I being unfair to Steve? Yes!
Yes.
It was his idea. No, it
No, it
wasn't!
wasn't.
I hadn't wanted to do it. Yes, you did! It was your secret project! You were so proud of it! Oh, that was Teresa tearing through dimensional walls trying to get to you. Yeah. People had sent me $56 billion in the mail, which was enough to last a lifetime. Several lifetimes. Like, literally $1 million is enough to last a lifetime. Ugh. Had I done nothing after bringing down the Xenon girl of the 21st century, people would have forgotten me.
Drink.
Oh,
Yeah,
boo,
you,
fucking
who everyone is always
boo.
talking about and is recognized everywhere, who has to have people beat other
Boo-hoo.
people up to keep them from approaching you. The world will just forget about you. Yeah, drink.
I calmed down a little. What did I have now? You have okay. You have a fucking mansion because you decide it's yours. You have a whole like squirrel, or no, I'm sorry, chipmunk zoo out back, and you know what? For little Miss, we're so in love. You have your husband, but I guess that's just dirt now.
Um,
I had a marriage to a great guy. You're not acting like it.
yeah, I was about to say you're acting as a. The next sentence kind of contradicts what you just said, Manny.
All right, I'm gonna be turning on my air conditioner. It's like literally right next to me. Let me know if it's too loud or anything.
All right.
All right, I had a marriage to a great guy. While he had an occasional lapse from perfection, perhaps I did too. Whoa,
Maybe.
whoa, are we getting some awareness here?
No,
Steve,
it's not.
Character
Because
development?
even though you'd think it being self aware, she's like, perhaps I did too. Maybe I'm not always perfect, I guess.
uh, Steve
Drink.
was a good man. No, he really isn't. Before he realized I could out wrestle King Kong. What? What are you talking about?
I don't remember Hal giving you that superpower.
I, I mean, yeah, she's like, I can bend horseshoes. Okay, so that means you can out wrestle a 50-foot tall ape. You're great friends with Britain's Prime Minister and an incredible relationship with British public. For an American, that's saying something. Yeah. Uh,
So if she can out wrestle King Kong, what can she do to Godzilla?
Nothing.
We'll see.
Godzilla's too powerful. He's a
Well,
Chad.
I don't know, guys. This is some serious Mary suing we've got on our hands.
You
I
treated
bet if
me.
Godzilla's
she
more powerful
wanted
than a
to,
Mary Sue.
I bet all she would have to do is just look at Godzilla, and he'd suddenly be as harmless as
La, 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 la,
Goose.
la, la, la.
He'd be as harmless as Gustav and why am I blanking? Spike.
Spike. Okay.
They're good boys.
Yes. He treated me as gently as if I were made of brittle glass. You could just say he treated me like I was made of glass. God damn it. There was a kindness in this man few women would find. And he thought a lot of me, too. I could see it in how he looked at me. While I juggled this flurry of confusing juvenile thoughts, there was a knock on the door. Steve wouldn't knock.
Who's there?
Who was Mrs. Parker? Has she spoken yet?
I don't know. Do you just want me to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wish
Gotta sound posh.
I wish Toby was here so he could do one of his ladies' voices, but one of his two.
Gotta sound posh.
I can try my best to do. I can try my best to imitate Toby imitating a woman.
Yes.
It's gonna be a disaster, but I can try.
Look what we're reading. Doesn't matter.
Mrs. Parker, may I come in?
I got up and let the lady in. She sat on the bed next to me.
Long ago, Mr. Parker and I had our little tiffs. It was his fault. It was my fault. It was both our faults.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. You know this is fiction. A woman admitting something was her fault.
Haha, misogyny. It's the one joke Manny knows.
No, I also know racism. Now laugh.
Yes.
That's true.
Sexism. Funny.
Marriage partners share responsibility for all that follows because everything they do affects each other. All they try to do is get by in this world. When something goes wrong, they're both to blame and neither is to blame. The world is to blame. So what you're saying is, don't take responsibility, Theresa.
Jesus, what a message. Steve and Mr. Parker were still playing pool when I came down the stairs to the rec room. Mr. Parker immediately put his cue stick down on the table and went back upstairs to leave us alone. Oh my god, this is the most true statement that's ever been made in this book.
I need help.
I said.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put you in therapy, and oh no, that's not what you're talking about, is it?
Don't worry. You'll get that lawyer bitch.
Don't. Maybe that's what she was referring to.
Yeah. And guys, Raptor is not adding anything there either. It literally says, we'll get this lawyer bitch.
Yep.
You know, racism and some World of Warcraft lore jokes. Yes. All right.
Also, the lawyers are just doing their job. It's the people who are suing you who you would probably want your direct your ire towards, but
Yeah.
what the fuck do I know?
All right, Teresa, let's go down the Chevy Van Avenue. Dark, love. Thank you. First step is admitting you have a problem, Teresa. I'm proud. Oh my god. Prime Minister Blair called to say he talked to President Stinson. There was nothing the president could do. It was not a criminal matter. Both
Yeah,
the
no
president
shit.
and Blair wanted to know what I'd do. Oh my god.
I'm mad. I need a minute.
Yeah, I need a minute before you actually read this line.
Oh god, I'm reading ahead. It gets worse.
Yeah, it really does.
All right. I'm going to force her to drop the suit.
Think of how that sounds from Miss Omnipotence.
Basically, what you're. No, and then I told him, I
I
can't
told him.
allow myself to be bullied. So I'm gonna bully her to drop the suit, even though she's just following the orders of her clients who are paying her. And it's not actually her doing.
Oh, it's just-
I'm
You
assuming this is
wouldn't do
Prime
her
Minister.
harm.
Sorry. Raptor?
Oh yeah. You wouldn't do her harm. Am I coming through?
Yeah.
You did at first, and then it cut out.
Wouldn't do her harm.
Of course not. She lied.
Yeah.
Or property damage.
Won't have to do that either. She lied again.
That was his there.
Sorry, Mr. Blair. The surprise is the fun of it. Your last surprise caused a total economic collapse. What more surprises do you have in store that are just gonna fuck up the world?
The night of Connie McKesson's lawsuit announcement, a U.S. senator was interviewed on CNN. He said, "This is the most harebrained idea I've ever heard. Every person on earth knows Dr. Teresa. If she's summoned to court, we'll see 1 million people demonstrating outside the courthouse." That's all he had to say to start the avalanche. Next morning, 300,000 people gathered in front of the New York County Courthouse. This beautiful building that looked like an ancient Greek temple. Shut up, we don't care. And was used at a backdrop. At a backdrop in countless movies was probably not where the civil case would be heard, but that didn't matter. Why are you saying it was a visual
In this
symbol?
book matters.
It was a visual symbol, and the crowd gathered there. They were chanting, "Free Teresa, drop the suit!
Hey,
Kill,
Teresa!
kill,
Suit! Kill the lawyers!
kill the lawyer!"
They were promptly
Kill the
arrested
lawyers! Lick
for
the boot!
demonstrating violence
The
and potential
lawyers!
terrorism.
My God.
Blood for the blood god!
We're-
Skulls for the skull throne!
He's not making that up. It says verbatim the people were chanting "Free Teresa and drop the suit. Kill the lawyers."
That is like a straight up.
Teresa! Give them the boot! Kill the lawyers!
Thank you, Raptor. We get it.
That is a straight up Lord of the
the
Flies
lawyers.
chant right there.
What?
That's a straight up Lord of the Flies chant.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill the pig, slit her throat, bash her head, do her in. I think that was it.
For the lawyers! Slit their throats! Bash their heads!
The fact that you remember that is.
I remember a lot of Lord of the Flies. That book disturbed me.
It is impressive, but it's also like just odd.
Yeah.
And I remember I liked Lord of the Flies because I thought it was really disturbing, but God help me if I could remember the fucking chant.
Uh,
One that the one line I remember because it always made me laugh was the fucking villain kid Jack. We're British, and the British are good at everything, or we're the best at everything.
I always remember, like how they said asthma in the book. Sucks to your asthma! Oh my God. Okay, the next morning there were 800,000 people. Oh yeah, you just had to like one up the CNN guy. You had to one up his 300,000. At the courthouse, I was still in England. A date for the suit hearing hadn't even been set. You need to discuss that first. What would happen if I actually did show up at the courthouse? Holy smokes!
Yep, that's an actual line.
Jesus. Oh! Holy smokes! What is this? Robin from the Adam West Batman series?
Yeah, hang on. This is a good question that Cameron just posed. Why are they saying "Free Teresa"? This is a civil suit. She's not going to prison.
Yeah. Free Teresa.
Oh, Mike, so Teresa's instigating a riot now. Capital flashbacks intensify. What the fuck was that?
Rednecks.
God bless America.
Samara, the D&D
No redneck.
No, that Cameron in Lord of the Flies, they pronounce asthma as asmar. I don't know why. Then again, I've noticed that the British, if they try and use an American accent, if they say something that ends with an A, it sounds like they're saying an ER or an AR sometime.
My God, you have to keep reading.
Yeah, 1 second. Like in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, the guy who plays Goku is actually English, and a few times when he says Vegeta, he actually says Vegeta.
Cheater.
Yeah, Asmar, exactly. Yeah, a marring of the ass. Okay, things were getting out of control, and President Stinson called a hasty press conference at 3 o'clock Washington time.
Holy smokes.
You mean Washington as in the state, or Washington as in Washington, D.C., in which case it would just be Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Who was the president? Raptor, are you okay? Like, are you having a stroke from this?
I just noticed the holy smokes part and cringe because that's just the worst thing ever.
I'll just read. I think I occasionally took over as what's her name. Our intelligence service, and I remember just being always too annoyed to not give her an actual voice.
Fair.
Our intelligence services informed me of increased terrorist traffic on telephone and computer networks.
What?
A terrorist attack seems imminent in New York. A crowd edging up close to 1 million is an irresistible target for terrorists. I appeal to everybody to disperse and not return to the courthouse. The police cannot protect the crowds this large. Oh my god, if this is implying that. If this is foreshadowing that she's anonymously calling in threats, and that's how they're gonna get the suit dropped.
Oh my! I will laugh my ass off. Because Theresa is just so pure and good that even having a different opinion than her makes you wrong. Sarcasm intensifies. Sounds a bit rude. I'm Vegeta, and these are my brothers Chuck and Skeeter. It was 9 o'clock in London. Steve jumped up and went to the phone.
Steve Hartley, get me to the BBC.
Get me the BBC.
1 sec, I need to go silent for a minute.
Steve Hartley, get me the BBC.
Get me the BBC. Oh, that could mean two different things. Also, I want to point out, it says
nice
that
and legal.
He jumped up and went to the phone. It never says he actually picked it up, so I'm just imagining him just yelling at the phone. Give me the BBC. Do you know who I am? Why aren't you doing what I tell you, phone?
Eli, come here, pup.
Hello, Eli.
You want to say hi to stream? What do you think of Empress Theresa so far, pup?
Aw, snuffy.
I agree.
Get Theresa the BBC. Oh, my. Yeah, Kenzie, did you hear what I was saying, though?
What was it?
That, it says that Steve went to the phone, but that he never picked it up, so I'm just imagining that he's just, yelling at the phone without touching it, get me the BBC! Don't you know who I am? Do as I say, phone! I mean, honestly...
You're the worst smartphone ever. Mr. Hartley, that's our landline. What the fuck does that mean?
Said the operator.
The fuck is this landline? Line. I have never heard of it.
Hey Siri, get me the BBC. Doggo, get me the BBC. I need to report another 90s icon for being a nonce. Doggy. Alright, he said to the
Say
operator.
hi, pup.
The connection was made in a minute. Wow, it took a whole minute? Jesus. Good evening, Mr. Hartley.
Are you recording this?
If you wish, it's being recorded.
Wait, who's
the American?
Is he talking to the president?
He's talking to the BBC, apparently.
Oh,
The
whole BBC.
Yeah,
So
the one person who works there.
we all have to read it at the same time. It's everyone at BBC.
All right. Okay, let's start at...
No, I'm not kidding. We can't actually do that. We've tried that once.
Okay, but you just said I'm not kidding.
Or I was kidding. Sorry, Eli's distracting me. He's rolling around a lot in an attempt to de-stress. Okay, where were we?
Raptor.
Tell the American people to stop demonstrating. Theresa will never get to the courthouse. She's going to make the lawyer drop the suit. That's official. Good night, sir.
That's official. Oh my god, the fucking... Oh. The next day, there were only a few thousand curiosity seekers at the courthouse. The police could handle that. A week went by. I was ready to get Connie McKesson. Oh my god. Just the threats. Uh, a little research on the internet revealed that the law firm of Kent Stein, O'Connor, and Farley was on the 6th floor of the Lambert building in Upper Manhattan. I found a picture of the building and printed it out to commit it to memory. Next, I went to MapQuest to get and print out a map of that part of the city.
Okay, now I'm convinced he really has been working on this for maybe not 20 years, but at least over a decade. Like, I
an
can
actual thing that
totally see
exists.
him now working on this in 2004. So she has to go to MapQuest. Of
It is a
course,
real
how else
thing.
would she find her way?
Cameron says, "Oh Lord, he rolling."
He is rolling.
Wait, is there any way we can get Teresa Epstein?
Oh, thank you, Mike. No apologies for Eli-related distractions. Thank you.
If you wish, either it is or it isn't being recorded. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, no. Is this being recorded? If you wish. This is being recorded. So, yes.
It uses Windows ME computers.
Did he just ask the BBC to tell the American public to do something? The British Broadcasting Corporation? That BBC? Yes, Cameron, you heard that correctly. With that
And then
done.
next, MapQuest.
Oh
Yes,
my god.
Cameron, MapQuest. See, before smartphones caught on, you see, there was something called MapQuest, where whenever kids such as myself had to go to a friend's house, but we didn't know where they lived, I would have to print them out for my mother, who would then have to tell me to read them out to her, the directions, as she drove. It was very stressful and would cause many almost accidents.
Okay, wait, here I got Mike's DM that he said he was going to say about War of the Flies. This ain't gonna fit, that's what she said, in the stream chat, lol, but you'll probably appreciate the story. So I told my dad early on that we were reading Lord of the Flies, and he said, "Oh, cool, I remember reading that book. They all eat each other at the end." And how disappointed I eventually was at the end when there was no cannibalism.
Same thing, too, was that they all eat each other.
Okay.
They haven't eaten each other. But you know what they did eat? Innocence, man. Innocence.
Okay. Here's another fucking one of these fucking lines. With that done, I could zero in on Connie McKesson. Okay, is she saying this as she's
So
holding a sniper?
threatening.
Again, is she meant to be like the good guy or something?
Is she holding a sniper rifle on the roof of the building across the street as she says this?
Are you kidding? That sounds so fucking ominous.
I put my hands over my eyes. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Start Hal's black and white vision. I located the eastern coast of the United States, zeroed in on New York, Manhattan Island, Upper Manhattan, in the street on which the map said the Lambert building was located. With a few minutes search, I found the Lambert building. I zeroed in on the 6th floor and found bitch Connie McKesson in an office talking on the phone. It was nearly 5
Are
p.m.
you?
New York time. Have fun with this one, guns.
I'm gonna be put on a watch list.
We
If
are.
I say this.
We're already on a watch list.
True. I have her. Tag her.
Oh, Steve was sitting next to me waiting for this word. He had a 2.5 by 15-inch strip of artist's mat board in his lap. The number 00000451 was written on it in thick acrylic paint. This number matched a number on a mat board containing the McKesson program. Program? I had stopped using wire on plywood.
And Windows ME technology, the best Windows operating system ever.
Theresa Harvey Oswald. Thick acrylic paint on artist's map.
Mr. Wilkes Booth.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. That caught me off guard. Theresa Harvey Oswald. It
wait.
works because her last name sounds so similar too.
I agree with this comment from Mike. How much you want to bet Bhutan dated someone named Connie McKesson and she broke it off?
No. Okay, this is the closest thing I will ever get to making a pun. It's Teresa Hartley Oswald.
Nice.
Get it?
I get it.
Get it. Get jokes.
Thick acrylic paint on artist's map board worked as well for Hal and was much faster and easier. Next to the number, Steve added a T painted on an inch-wide piece of map board. This tagged Connie McKesson. Hal would keep track of her until the T was removed. God. Stalker. I watched the woman. After a while, Connie put on a jacket and left the office. She was going home for the day. She went down an elevator, out the front door to the street, and walked to a parking garage next to the Lambert building. She got into her car and hit the streets. I followed her car. Okay, this is actually a really boring stalking, I gotta say.
Can we please focus on hit the streets? She just challenged another lawyer
Even
also going
stalking
home
is
to a
going in
dance
this
off.
book. How bad is that? Like, you can't even make stalking like, remotely scary.
Lawyer up to the streets. Connie drove down many city
No,
streets.
it's Dino up to the streets.
Connie drove down many city streets, ending up on a highway. She headed north for miles and turned off the highway onto a residential street. A few more turns, and she arrived at her house. Oh my god.
This so... Oh my god.
This is so creepy.
She lives in a single family home.
I informed Steve. Oh my god!
Ooh, I hope she likes it.
Steve said, and I laughed.
What are you gonna do?
Jesus! Do you have like a missile aimed at this home? Connie parked in the garage and walked around the back of the car. She had become a celebrity for taking on the World Empress. The World Empress! And a television crew stationed across the street yelled, "Hi, Connie," or something to her. She waved back.
Honey.
She was a ham. For waving?
You paraded around a camera crew in the dress you were wearing, hoping to titillate your husband who was all the way across in another country.
Titillate.
Shut up.
Real ham here is Neil Sam. You know, that guy, he handed out bread and jam at the Battle of Epping Woods. Just like it was any other picnic. How wild was that, you guys?
Oh my god.
This is straight up
It gets
mafia
worse.
shit. It is. This is mafia shit. Yeah, she was a ham. Who isn't? No, she's not. You're the ham. Okay, Connie went into the living room.
Someone just said hi to her, and so she waved.
Yeah.
Do you just ignore people who say hi to you? Oh, you probably do, because you're a bitch.
Mike gets it. Connie went into the living room where two young children waited with a babysitter. Yeah, that's one word, jackass.
Teresa and Steve, you stay away from those children.
Mike says, "Hee-hoo, booba." After exchanging a few words with her employer, the babysitter left.
Yep. She lives there. I think she's in for the night. And I'm not kidding here, you guys.
Oh my god.
Hit her.
Hit her. It actually says hit her. This is fucking creepy. Steve
Da,
put
da, da, dun.
an
Da, da,
X
da, da,
next to the T. Connie McKesson was
dun.
in
Da,
for an
da, da, da,
unpleasant
dun.
surprise in
Da,
the
da,
morning.
da, da, da. Just continue reading. Da, da,
I
da, da,
switched
da.
back to my normal vision.
Da, 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 da.
We got her.
I said triumphantly.
No.
Triumphantly. Whew. Connie McKesson had to get up at 5 o'clock a.m. in order to get to the house, in order to get the house going and still make it to work on time. After the babysitter, you spelled it right this time, arrived, she walked to the garage. The television crew shouted morning greetings at her. The
Are they
ham
in her
waved.
garage?
The ham waved and smiled at them.
Oh my god, she is being polite.
Being
Fucking
a ham,
get over it.
being a ham is if like she would start like posing or like start just saying like some dumb shit to promote herself.
Yeah, being a ham implies you exaggerate in order to gain attention. She's just smiling, waving. Again, you paraded and flaunted yourself in front of cameras, hoping that your husband was watching. And she was even teasing the crew. You
Yeah.
should have seen what I wore the night I met Steve. Like, you're one to talk. Ugh, I'm mad. I'm drinking.
Sorry, I haven't been paying much attention for a minute. My mom was showing me Finland's Eurovision entry. It's a banger. You guys heard it. Also, as Teresa pulled in some novel shit. Apparently, and no, I haven't heard it. I'll give it a listen afterwards. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. All right. She started the car, put the transmission in reverse, and hit the gas. The engine stalled. Oh my god. She tried again, pressing further down on the gas pedal. Front drive wheels spun on the slick garage floor, throwing up smoke, but the car didn't move at all. She got out to check the front of the car. It wasn't tied down in any way. She got on her knees to look under the car. There were no tire blocks or anything she could see.
No. Oh no. She's been cursed with the curse Yame Yame Ha. My god.
The
Just
sad
so
thing
scary,
is
you
that
guys.
that's really what it's like. She walked to the garage entrance with no particular purpose. She was simply mystified. Need help? Yelled the television crew.
Yeah, over.
3 men came over. One pointed a camera at the proceedings. What proceedings? What are you talking about?
Can you guys push the car out?
One man set the shift stick to neutral, and they both pushed the car out to the driveway with little effort. Connie got back in and pushed the gas pedal, but despite the drive wheels smoking, the car didn't budge. She got out again.
Let's try it.
One of the men got in and had no trouble driving the car out to the street. Connie looked alarmed.
Can you guys give me a ride?
They all went to the television van and got in. It was the same result. No amount of pressure on the gas pedal could make the van move. Connie got out. The driver got the van to move forward. She got back in. It didn't move. What the?
Oh my god, Raptor, you were right. She really is cursed.
The curse Yame Yame Ha. Spooked. She
Then
has
reality
lived
hit
bad
her.
luck.
Any vehicle she entered would not move. I was going to allow her to go. I wasn't going to allow her to go anywhere except on foot. It was horrible. Nobody in New York can
Horrible. What
live
you're
any
doing
kind
is
of life
horrible.
without transportation. It was horrible. Are you talking about yourself? She returned to her house to ponder the idea. The media discussed this development all day. A lawyer said, Theresa Hartley is committing a felony. Restricting someone's movements without due process is kidnapping. She get 25 years.
Okay, I don't think that's what the definition of kidnapping would be, because ultimately the woman's not being held against her will anywhere.
Yeah, she can
But
go.
she is clearly trying to intimidate her into backing down, which is also a crime.
Another lawyer on the panel replied. One of you wanna?
Do you want to take it? Raptor?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this line?
Okay. No, never mind. I see it now. What evidence do you have against her?
Oh my god, Macaron's just pointed out something really poignant. Doesn't this lady have kids? I mean, it's not like she'll need to drive them somewhere. Yeah, what if one of her kids has an emergency? Like, what if she needed to take one to the hospital?
What do you
Oh
mean
my god, it gets
evidence?
so much worse.
What do you mean evidence? We all know it's here.
Why are you giving him a voice? Like an annoying voice. He's actually pointing out a good, and he's the one who's actually reasonable here.
Because I miss doing fun voices. I miss Jan. Still hasn't come back. Of course, but there's not a shred of evidence. You can't go into criminal court without evidence. Anyway, who's going to arrest her?
Get ready, guys. Oh, I'm so mad.
So, I could do anything I wanted to anybody, and nobody would dare do anything about it. I kind of liked that.
Keep in mind, this is who Bhutan sees as a role model to children. This is who he
I,
thought would be the next Katniss
Uh,
Everdeen.
I'm honestly stunned right now. Don't worry, Macaron, the babysitter will drive them. This was the first time I had done anything to influence somebody's activity. No, it wasn't. Some people said this was a sign that I had a bad streak in me. You think? And I would eventually tell everybody
Lisa
what to do.
with a bad streak? Oh man, I couldn't imagine that. Oh, shock.
Yeah, Cameron says, I haven't liked Theresa this whole time, but I very much hate her right now. Yeah, you and me both, brother. Jeez. Um, oh really? When had I told anybody what to do? I couldn't even lead by
Mattered.
example because nobody could do what I did.
That also doesn't matter.
Most I could do was give an example of the right attitude to have about life, God, and myself. You have done
So,
none of
your
that.
example of the right attitude is that when you're being in trouble with the law, just intimidate them into dropping charges.
Is God. He's to become new
I have
Messiah
to go
in this
quiet for a
world.
minute again. Hang on.
The law firm didn't issue a statement all day. I went back repeatedly. There were different camera angles showing all 8 of the lawyers standing behind her. What, at her home now? She found these scenes on the internet and printed them out. Now I could find them too. Oh my god! Now
Horrible.
I could find them too.
Gonna curse Yame Hadam too.
Again,
My
the
God,
lawyers
this is
have
so
been
shocking.
hired by people.
You know, with how this is going, we should be giving the lawyers voices. Like, we should be imitating the Legion of Doom members from the Justice Friends. That's how they're being made out.
Point Teresa is just targeting
Here's the thing, though. That's how what Bhutan
us
wants
instead
us
of the
to
real
think of
evils who
them.
control them.
But the
Like a
thing is,
typical Twitter communist.
well, the thing is, this is how Bhutan wants us to view them. He wants us to see them as villains.
Yeah.
And by giving them voices of the Legion of Doom, we're doing what he wants. We're portraying them as villains. But the thing is, we're smarter than Bhutan. These are the heroes of this book.
I still have to give one of them the voice of Solomon Grundy. I zeroed in on the Lumpy building and found the 8 lawyers.
Did you just call it the Lumpy building?
Yes, I did. They were all men, so the crybaby
Lumpy.
media couldn't say I was making it hard for mommies to take care of their kids, as they said about Connie McKesson. Yes!
That's entirely correct!
So none of them are fathers? Oh my god. I found them, and Steve tagged them with T's and hit them with X's while they were at work. When they left the building to go home, they found out one by one that no vehicle would move with their butts inside. They were forced to walk to a nearby hotel. The effect was electric. You mean evil? The effect was evil. I could do this vehicular immobility trick with anybody and in any numbers. No one was safe.
Also,
no one
okay.
was safe.
Hero, everybody.
Question.
He's the dictator, and she's mean.
Question.
Yeah.
And it's a big one. So, we had an entire chapter full of bullshit explaining that Hal only does what it does because it is meant to physically protect the host in which he is latched onto.
Uh-huh.
So that's why it thought it needed to stop the wind, why it thought maybe it needed to improve aim and give strength. Now, it was already a stretch with the bullshit with water pillars and all that jazz. But here's a real big question. What the fuck does stopping... What the fuck does essentially cursing other people have anything to do with the evolutionary bullshit explanations of hell from the previous episodes? Or not episodes. Yeah, episodes. What we covered in another episode. What does that have anything to do with it?
The magic conch can answer your question. Nothing.
Nothing. Have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No.
Seriously,
The last sarcasm just gets me every time.
Actually, with Bard comic books, this isn't really too out there, but imagine picking up a Superman comic book and just seeing him saying, "No one is safe from me now."
So, Brightburn.
Yeah.
I had such high hopes for that film. I was so disappointed.
I believe it.
Homelander. Does he count? Because he's like an evil Superman.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to work so much. But the biggest problem was that we never saw what he was like during his time of just being normal. So, like, why am I caring now that he's evil?
I haven't actually seen it. But, actually, I saw that it's on Prime, so I might watch it after we're done here. My 2 cents on it. But honestly, I didn't want to see it because I'm sick of the whole like deconstruction of superheroes thing.
See, I'm all about it just because I really like the idea of just a what if Superman who is pretty much the powers of a god on our Earth, but instead of him being the Boy Scout who just wants to save humanity, he just wanted to fuck everything up.
Yeah. Well, you have fun with this next line.
Imagine not being able to go anywhere.
Said an astonished President Stinson to her cabinet.
Forget about trying to charge her with kidnapping. Who's going to arrest her?
That was the exact phrase being used by the media. How
Yeah.
do they even know it's you?
Because she's the only one who has the ability. Really? The woman who was able to make water pillars go up into fucking space, and they're like, who you're thinking who people should be asking? Gosh, who is cursing these people who are trying to sue her?
Oh, that's true. The next
She's
day,
the only one with the ability to do this.
the
Even
law
though it
firm
doesn't make any
announced
sense.
they were withdrawing the lawsuit. I took the X's off the 9 strips of mat board. The 9 lawyers could use vehicles. Nobody would ever dare to sue me again.
You have to make this really ominous, Raptor. Don't let me down.
Don't mess around with Empress Theresa.
Steve smirked.
Oh god, I need a minute. Okay. When we film this, we can't make this a comedy anymore. Like, we were having fun with Toby as the prime minister and Matt as Where's Princess Diana guy. We can't do that anymore. We need to make this a cautionary tale. This is a horror now.
It can't technically still be the comedy.
No,
Maybe it's
no.
more like a more subtle satire of the rise in power and how it corrupts us all.
We make a trilogy. The second installment is a horror.
Gosh, that'll be such a different tone, though.
All those Tumblr witches finally
This movie,
being
it's pure
vindicated.
satire, and it becomes more. The second one becomes a more psychological thriller, and
Oh, yeah.
the third one is a pure tragedy dealing with Teresa's fall from power. It will all be perfect.
Oh,
And,
please.
there-
Do you really think that there's going to be her fall from power in this book?
And actually, what people are saying in the chat, I didn't realize it because I was so dumbfounded. He said it! He said the name of the book! Roll credits. Drink them if you got them. This is a lighthearted comedy that slowly descends into cosmic horror.
Cheers, Mike. I'll take a drink.
That would be perfect, like a dark comedy satire. A dark comedy, political satire, psychological thriller about a girl who gets tremendous power and descends into this insanity. It shall be the best film of the decade. We'll get tons of Oscars, and it'll be all good. Because I said so. Word is law.
What if we took the Invincible approach? I haven't watched all of Invincible yet, but so it starts off, people ever just think it's some silly, lighthearted parody, and all of a sudden, she gets her powers, and then it's just horror from then on out.
So it starts out as comedy, and then becomes pure horror as Teresa becomes more and more enamored with power. And by a climax, she becomes so powerful that she loses her corporal form and basically just becomes Gygas from Earthbound.
Guys, I think, guys, this is bigger than a movie. This might need to be a series.
Oh my god.
Each episode is one chapter.
Empress Theresa, the Amazon Prime series.
Yes.
BBC miniseries.
And then it starts, out normally in chapter 1, and everything's just all silly and whatever. And then she gets her powers, and she's like,
Silly parody.
I can do anything.
It's like in South Park. Sorry to bother you, Mr. God.
Cut. Credits.
Yes. Alright.
God, we're geniuses.
Madam, said Arthur, the Prime Minister wishes to make a visit accompanied by the American ambassador. There had been many such requests for visits by people other than Blair, but I'd refused them all. I couldn't waste my time with people who wanted to advance their careers by being photographed with the world empress. But this was different. Blair wanted me to meet someone.
I'll see them.
I answered. Steve, Peter Blair, the ambassador, Mr. and Mrs. Parker, and I were soon seated in the living room. Parkers were there at my invitation. In their own home! They were in their own home at your invitation.
And why would they be allowed? I get that you invited them, but you really someone would. I don't care how powerful you are. Someone would be like, "Okay, this is important shit. They really shouldn't be here."
Yeah. Oh. I thought they had the right to know what was going on in their own house. Blair started it off.
Ambassador Fox has a request. Mr. Ambassador?
Oh, wait, but guys, we can't read these lines.
You
know
gonna make a
why?
fox joke?
Because nobody know what the fox
Shut
say.
the fuck up. Don't
I get it.
encourage him,
It's
Raptor.
reference to the funny. It's a funny, although it's the funny music video from all those years ago. It's about the fox. Ying 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 ying. What the fox say?
It's not
It's
fucking
funny.
2014 anymore.
It's 2014 in my heart. It's like
Hold on.
it's like how it's 2016, 2009, 2005.
Hold on. I need to pull up the analytics.
1999,
I want to.
1998, 1997, 1996, 1995, 1994, 1993,
Who wants to
1992,
play the
1991,
ambassador?
1990 in my heart.
I need to pull up the analytics. I want to watch the number of viewers drop to 0 myself. uh,
Thank you, Cameron.
hold on, I need a voice for the ambassador. Somebody give me a voice to do.
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
What?
Fox.
You didn't get the reference?
No.
Yeah, Doug Dimmadome, yeah. Do
He
him.
doesn't.
I'm Doug Dimmadome, home of the Dimsdale
It's
Dimmadome.
just really southern.
We were right by your ground in Illinois. That was quite a treat.
Not at all, but okay. And that's another shot for bullshit praise. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you anyway.
Ambassador Fox smiled. He saw I was no fool.
The fuck up.
Got
Not
nothing to
you.
worry- Got nothing to worry about. Ooh, be great now to read you. I smiled in turn.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, you need running for put there is out of business. You can do that in 1,000 and come to chairs and we'll die out. They may have to be right up get fed up and no glitter.
I don't think anyone can actually understand what you're saying.
That's the point. It's basically
Stewie Griffin.
Teresa, we
as the
need you to
voice.
stop terrorists everywhere. Steve and I had suspected that he would say something like that. I looked at Edmund Parker.
Fuck are you? Why is he suddenly your advisor?
Because why the fuck not? Oh, this is awful.
What do you think, Mr. Parker?
This is Caesar crossing the Rubicon. Once you're involved in international politics, there's no turning back. Mrs. Parker shook her head to indicate no.
That's usually what shaking your head means.
Well, I've been reading or watching the Sonic.exe remake streams lately. It's like, and he nodded his head no. It's like, you mean he shook it? I don't know a goddamn word Manny is saying, but I love it. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you. This is
Also, Cameron said, I've heard of Doug Dimmadome, but I don't know what he's from. Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay. These two people had a lot more experience than me. They were advising me to drop the idea. I could see where grounding, as the ambassador had called it, would get the terrorists mad as hell. They were killing innocent people. Could I ignore that? I mean, you have up until this point. I took Steve's hand and stood up. I just imagine she just rips his hand off.
Also, these two people had a lot more experience than me. Was it ever confirmed that Mr. Parker's a politician?
No, it's never confirmed what he or Mrs. Parker do.
Ugh.
She shook her head on a diagonal angle just to confuse me.
Will you excuse us a minute?
Across the foyer to enter the family room,
What do you think?
I asked.
Parker is right. The governments will come after you.
Why they haven't? Well, they haven't yet. Nor I thought no one was gonna touch you after they found out you could effectively curse people.
Yeah.
Drink.
What
Well,
about
no,
North Korea?
no. To be fair, she
So
said
after
no
the-
one would dare sue her.
But also, again, no one's been after her so far.
Yeah,
Not even those 1,000 assassins that we've heard so much about in the first fucking chapter.
Yeah. And then again, though, we did get no one is safe.
North Koreans might be after her. North Koreans.
They're already after me. No, they're not. Look, I'm not going to drag you into something you didn't ask for. If you say no, I'll say no.
Steve agonized over that silently for a full minute. I know, I counted.
I'm thinking about those poor innocent savages. I mean, people getting slaughtered every minute. I can't say no, but I don't like it.
Me neither. All right. Spelt wrong. We'll go for it. So much for retirement.
Could I ignore that? Yes, you're an awful
Funny.
person, you absolutely.
You probably wouldn't have to worry about retirement if you had just not messed with the lawyers, faced court like a grown up.
Mike's comment. After you survived a nuke, not over that, and assassins in this legal shit, I don't know who thinks they can take her out.
Exactly.
We return to the living room.
I'll do it.
Okay, who's saying this?
I'm assuming the ambassador.
Hot damn. Anyway, some people do come in a week.
I'll have some people come in a week. Just people. Maybe a butcher, a baker,
Just a
a
bunch of
little
guys.
Candlestick maker.
Just a bunch of guys in cowboy boots and hats.
The mime, he's a delight.
The Parkers made no effort to hide their disappointment. Their darling Theresa was more important to them than nameless bombing victims.
Don't they have their
What
own
is
children?
Fuck our children.
Yes, they do.
These are about Teresa life now.
God, what the fuck?
Oh, by the way, what happened to her parents?
You mean, like,
A very good question. See,
They
that's,
just
that's like the real Chuck E. Cheese. And then where are your parents?
they still in Maryland or wherever she was from.
Probably. God, but I'm getting a headache.
They're done. Like, is that why she's still living there? You're my parents now. We already have 4 mouths to feed. You're my parents now.
It's like the
We
fucking
really
kid
were
from
just thought this would be a temporary arrange. You're my parents now, or you never go anywhere ever again.
It's the fucking kid.
Darling!
Yeah, it's the fucking kid from Twilight Zone.
Yeah. You're a bad, bad man.
This kind of reminds me of that one Battle for Azeroth cutscene where Sylvanas basically says, everyone but me is nothing and you regret not doing as I say. Yeah. Nerd! Her parents aren't British, so they don't matter. And Kenzie, I think this is you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a little girl, Mom, and I mean the one from America, not the new one I replaced her with, tried to find me toys that would teach me to figure things out, like toys the boys had before there were video games. But only boys, not girls. Girls couldn't learn until the 80s when video games were made, apparently. Now you want me to play games with the world. If this leads to war, I want the president to take responsibility. I want it in writing with her signature this week.
All right, enough.
You're agreeing to this.
We went for a walk through the forest to ponder whether this was a giant leap for mankind or a step into quicksand. Ambassador Fox returned in 3 days with President Stinson's signed statement.
I take full responsibility for the grounding of international terrorists by Talisa Elizabeth Sullivan Hartley, who is acting as my agent. Veronica Stinson, President of the United States. And that was chapter 17. And once again, deflecting all responsibility because now that she demonstrated she can fuck with anyone she wants, she's saying, here's what you're gonna do, world leader.
Yeah, and I gotta say, even for this book, this was a shit show.
So, chat, what did you think?
Can you still think? Or are you all bleeding from the nose, eyes, and ears like I am right now? I was gonna say maybe we should do chapter 18, but god damn is the next one long.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to.
Ooh. Raptor, what did you think?
Same as always.
Really? Not even
And I
a
was
little bit
disappointed at what
angrier than
we
normal?
get to. I mean, I am angry, but hey, that's just you just expected at that point. And also, I'm more disappointed that we didn't get the chapter 269.
Raptor, I am not in the mood.
It's the
This
sex
was
number
rough.
plus 200.
Even for this book, this one was rough.
Yes.
And this isn't even the one I was drinking the most for. Mostly because I was just too mad to really even pay attention to the rules of the drinking game.
Still, I cannot
Mike,
believe
what
that
does think?
Teresa is the bad guy. Can't you believe that? That Teresa is a bad guy? Didn't expect that.
Okay, I'm ad-libbing it here, but Manny, what did you think, Raptor? Raptor, same as always, 69. This was somehow the most insane chapter, including the nuke one,
Yes,
right?
69 is on my mind all the time.
Macaron, no thoughts, head empty.
I don't think this was the most insane, but it was the most angering.
Yeah.
Because insane is like when we don't even know what's going on and we kind of have fun with it, and that's where we can get a lot of our laughs from.
Yeah, this, though, it was just like, no, it's telling you exactly what's going on.
This was just rough.
Teresa has gone too far, and we're not supposed to think she's gone too far.
Exactly. And honestly, for as rough as this was a hard set. But now, more than ever, am I excited to play this character because I will relish in the evilness of this character.
Can you
I
really
don't
do
usually
that,
get
though?
to play the villains.
You have to use the
And
Chill's voice, so...
yeah, but I
Oh,
can work with that.
Chills.
Egregious, perhaps? Yeah, egregious. That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what else is there to say?
Steve voice has gotten weird, guys. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
So for everyone who was not in the stream tonight, I will once we end the stream, I will be going to the Empress Theresa film tab of our Discord and announcing the drastic overhaul that we will be doing to our planned film, and that it is now a series, and boy is the tone changed.
I gotta go.
Serious political satire, psychological thriller.
God
That's
damn
what I
it,
want for the film.
Cineteal. It gets worse. Wait until Theresa redacted.
This one can be monotone enough to be totally detached from the reality of what Teresa's actually doing.
I can give it a more smug edge.
Totsily. Fuck!
Now,
Totally.
I want to hear evil chills.
I'll give it a more smug edge when we start filming.
Alright,
Straight, please.
so thanks for joining us, guys. Saturday at 4:30, I'm going to be streaming with Mike and Kay to do requests that each of them paid me for. And actually, I'm going to make that sort of a trial run of the new segment about like doing one serious story and then one funny story.
Hmm.
And I am thinking of calling it hot and cold beans. So, and we've got a logo for that coming from Cricket soon. So I hope to see you guys Saturday. And if not, we'll be back. Uh, well, if the trial run goes well, Wednesday I'll be back for hot and cold, and then we'll be back next Thursday for more Empress Theresa.
Yep.
So I'll see you guys then. Same bean time, same bean channel.
And Bean Channel.
Yep.